is Mark Buckner, and this is my EdTech 541 blog about the benefits of integrating technology into the classroom. I'm a high school German teacher. I teach 9th through 12th grade, levels 1 through 4 of German in a small town outside of Missoula, Montana. Um, I'm going to talk about two things, and the first is some conclusions that I came to about integrating technology, and I'll explain that in a second. And then finally, I'll get to the benefits of integrating technology. And the key thing to remember about this is I made these specific to my German instruction in my class. So there may be lots of other benefits, but again, I found these to be specific for my instruction. The first thing, though, that I want to talk about is um, what it's going to take to begin to integrate technology into the classroom. And this is from Stephen Van Orden's doctoral dissertation titled Integrating Digital Technologies in the German Language Classroom, a critical study of the technology integration experiences of 3 secondary German teachers. And I came to 3 conclusions after looking at this, and the first one is that technology integration happens over time. Teachers need to have appropriate training, and they need to have access to the materials that they want to use themselves and that they want their students to use. And as you'll see, the second thing is relative advantage, and this is kind of a theme that goes throughout these 3 conclusions. Teachers need to see that there is a benefit to using this technology. The second conclusion is that the decisions about integrating technology depend on the beliefs of the teacher, and that concerns how the language is acquired. So if a teacher doesn't think that technology is helping students learn verb conjugations or subject pronouns or something like that, then the relative advantage isn't there for the teachers when they're teaching the foreign language. And the third conclusion is that a teacher's perception about their students' abilities, whether that's with the language or the technology, that influences their decision to integrate the technology. And so time may be needed to teach the students specifically how to use the technology. And again, going back to relative advantage, a teacher may not think that that's necessary or important enough to then use the technology. And so we're back to teaching from the textbook. If a teacher decides that the technology is worth their time, which I think that if we're enrolled in this program at Boise State, we do feel that technology is important, then you can start to move on to the benefits of integrating technology. And I came up with a list of a few benefits that I feel like are important for my classroom. The first one being that students are taught real-world skills when technology is used. Students are being prepared for, in the case of high school students, their lives after high school, whether that's at a college, a university, or at a job. Students need to be able to have skills that will allow them to use technology and to be successful. And in the case of German students or foreign language students, using technology, it exposes students to how interconnected the world is. This is done through a variety of technologies and multimedia, from the internet to movies. All sorts of things allow students to see how connected everyone is on the planet today. Another benefit of integrating technology is that students are able to effectively collaborate together, and by that I mean being able to work in groups effectively, successfully, which I require a lot of my projects to be done in groups, and to be able to offer critical suggestions and critical advice to their group members, and then to still be able to be successful and get the work done on time. Another benefit that I found is that students are exposed to different types of media, just like we are with our EdTech classes. My students, I hope, are being exposed to primary sources through searches on the internet and being able to effectively use those primary sources, such as newspapers, magazines, and they're being able to and expected to use various types of programs, PowerPoints, Prezis, Google presentations, Google Docs, all sorts of different things. They're encouraged, and that's promoted in my classroom. I expect that students will try new things, and that will only serve to help students after high school as well. Um, Another benefit, and I kind of grouped this one together, is that students are able to present information in a compelling way, and they're also becoming better speakers. So students are no longer required to just stand up in front of a podium and simply talk about a book that they read, or demonstrate that they can speak German, I guess in this case, but instead they're able to put together a PowerPoint or a Prezi presentation, or maybe a podcast that they've made, and they're able um, to present that to the class, and to help their speaking skills. Hopefully the students, this calms their nerves by having something that takes the attention a little more off of the student and onto the presentation, allows students to calm down, and then be able to demonstrate that they are um, knowledgeable with the content, and that they've successfully completed the project, whatever that may be. The final benefit that I came up with is that students are able to creatively express themselves. Gardner's theory on multiple intelligences kind of speaks to this, in that students may not just be a visual or auditory learner anymore, but with technology, artistic learners, or musical learners, or any other type, is able to then create a project or create a presentation, and really make it their own, put their own unique spin on it, while still hopefully um, demonstrating their understanding of the content, which is, the technology is great, but without the understanding of the content, not as important. So to kind of recap everything that I've mentioned, teachers need to see that there's a relative advantage to this technology, and I agree, I think that we all do, um, at least in this program, hopefully. And once you see that relative advantage, and you have that appropriate training, then and you start to integrate, then hopefully you'll see that your students